So, you're finally home from work or school and think, I need to wind down a bit. Let's play some games. But as you approach your way too expensive setup and tap the power button, a single question comes to mind. What on earth do I play? Something where you can hunt things? A game with cross-platform play so you can be joined by all 0 of your friends? Do you want vast amounts of customizations? Well, boy, do I have the game for you. Introducing Dauntless, a game with about as many options as you have lost brain cells. This game has 42 different huntable creatures, all of which can be used to make 4 armor pieces and 7 weapon types. It has quests, broken metas, and most importantly, it's free! So grab a hold of your limited amounts of concentration and skill, cause we're going hunting. This game has a few layers to it, which take a bit of time to get through. This is because to do most things, they first need to be unlocked on this game's skill tree, which is called the Slayer's Path, which goes on forever. When you log in, you'll be standing somewhere around here. This place is called Ramsgate. It's here where you have access to the quests, blacksmiths, hunt pass, and most importantly, Hector the Turtle. Alright, moving on. Part 1. Combat. When going into the Hunt tab menu, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot. On the Slayer's Path, only 1 or 2 nodes have been unlocked. The Hunting Grounds and the Emberthorn Cove. You'll want to head to the former. Here you can test out the variety of weapons the game has to offer. Before having to fight actual behemoths, you can try out the controls on test dummies. These test dummies are completely lifeless and just sit there doing nothing. Kinda like you. So pick up a weapon, hit these wooden idiots a few times, and then go back to the hunt menu. This time, we're going to click on Hunting Grounds and select Emberthorn Cove. Jump down from the ship and break all the bones in your legs on landing. Then waddle your ass over to the overgrown red dog. Here, we get into one of the best parts of the game. Hitting things. It'll probably notice you before you can get close to it, and it will start running at you. When it does, this orange crown will appear over its head. Time your attacks right and hit. I said use the right timing and use the right timing and oh god, finally. It takes a bit to get right, but once you do, you get this. An interrupted behemoth will be inert for a few seconds. Most behemoths have an attack that allows you to do this, from our friend the Lesser Embermane over here, all the way to the Keystone behemoths at the top of the food chain. The game is all about dodging attacks, not tanking them, so practice dodging before you do anything else. Part 2. Crafting. You'll want to kill these things a lot of times. Not for the XP, because they don't give that much, but for their parts. As mentioned before, every behemoth has their own armor and weapons unique to the parts they drop. Different sets of armor have different sets of effects, as well as elemental types. There are some parts which drop from just slaying the damn thing, but not all the ones you need will drop that way. For those, oh, you're gonna have to break a few bones. A behemoth generally has 6 breakable parts, that being their legs, tail, and head. Some also have a horn that you can knock off. Once you think you have enough parts, you head back to Ramsgate. When you walk straight forward, dodging the big globe in the middle, you'll be met with 2 NPCs, Wils Borman the weaponsmith, and Moira Hikescatter the armorsmith. One of these makes most of the weapons found in Dauntless. For the Aether Strikers and Repeaters, however, you're gonna have to head over to the stairs to the right of here. On the left-hand side of this weird cylinder, there's the Sacred Master, who makes the Aether Strikers. And all the way to the right is Admiral Zai, who makes the Repeaters. In between them is good old Arkan Drew. Arkan sells special lanterns for all you noobs who need a nightlight because the monsters are scary. But in all seriousness, these are very useful. Some give a shield, some function as a dash, and there's even a very special one that drops a bomb. but that thing is still a long ways away for you lot. Part 3. Elements. Weapons and armor have an element they're tied to. Which one this is depends on the behemoth they were made from. There's a total of 6 elements in a neutral type. These are Blaze, Frost, Terra, Umbral, Shock, and Radiant. With the exception of neutral, every element has a polar opposite. For instance, a Blaze weapon is strong against Frost behemoths, and Frost weapons are strong against Blaze behemoths. For armor, it's a good idea to get armor of the same elemental type you're fighting. When fighting a behemoth of the same element as your armor, you'll get a bonus to your armor. If you fight a behemoth with an element that is not the same, nor the opposite of yours, it'll just have the base value. But if you fight a behemoth of the opposite element, oh boy will you guys be in trouble. When fighting a behemoth of the opposite element, your armor will get a negative bonus. You'll want to avoid this. And that's basically all the hand-holding I'm gonna do. There should always be something that you can discover for yourself. Like these weird slots in your armor and weapons, or what this old lady does. The last thing I'm going to tell you is that there's a healing feature in the form of a flask or these blue things, and I know you idiots are going to need them. And now, I am going to leave just as fast as your dad left to get the milk. See ya!